Hello, everyone. When it comes to the war in Ukraine, the news is hardly news these days because, for the most part, the situation remains the same. Ukraine continues fighting. The war continues to have global implications. UN continues to express serious concerns, and that's about it. Ukrainian government ordered an emergency mandatory evacuation from the city of Kypyansk after Russians made a push in that area. Good idea. I'm glad we're acting preemptively instead of reactively in this situation. But of course, there is always concern for the safety of the evacuees because it wouldn't be the first time when Russians had targeted basically unarmed civilians trying to flee. Meanwhile, Poland continues to be smart and taking no chances. They've moved 10,000 troops to reinforce their borders with Belarus. A reminder, Russia's Wagner is in Belarus, and Russia's nuclear ballistic missiles are also in Belarus. And Poland is a member of the EU and NATO. Ukraine announces a creation of a temporary corridor for merchant ships, basically, in the Black Sea. The main purpose of this is to transport the grain out of Ukrainian ports. The whole thing is achieved entirely without any participation by Russia. So let that sink in for a second. It's like Ukraine doesn't have anything better to do right now. They are also the ones that are using their precious resources to protect the grain shipments. Nobody's helping them with this. They're doing this entirely on their own. Meanwhile, those grain shipments are going all over the world, up to 50 countries. Something to think about. Arkady Volozh, a co-founder of Russia's Yandex, had made a comment that is not typical for the Russian elite, calling the war in Ukraine barbaric and annexation of Crimea in 2014 uncivilized and uncalled for. He lives in Israel, but if I were him, I would watch his back because things can still happen to him. There's been a strike against my home city of Zaporizhia in the Shevchenkovsky region. Initially, 3 casualties were reported, but fortunately one was resuscitated.